Share the PPT. This PPT is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir. You can just present it in a full screen, sir. PPT mode, presentation mode.
Okay, so is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Full screen, no?
Yes, sir. You can just present it in a full screen.
So I am Dr. Lakshmikant Pandey, Head Department of Biotechnology, Central Aloysius College, Jabalpur. So today I'm here to give my talk on the topic teaching methodologies and what are the innovations in the teaching methodologies. And my talk will mainly revolve around the one of the very important innovative teaching method that is known as the PBL, project-based learning. Okay. So in this talk, I am going to discuss the topic under following subheadings. So and I just changed my slide. The slide is moving or not?
Sir, no, sir. The slide is not moving, sir.
Okay, okay.
Can you just change the?
Hello.
No, sir. The slide is not moving, sir.
There is some problem, I think. A slide from your side, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I'll be doing, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, please.
Is it fine, sir?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the present lecture under the following subheading: Introduction, Traditional Teaching Methods, then what is Learning Pyramid, then a little bit about Bloom's Taxonomy, then Innovative Teaching Methodologies, what are the various methods available or used uh, as innovative teaching methodology, then my special emphasis on the project-based learning. This is the uh, center of my talk, PBL, project-based learning, then question answer session. Please change. Okay. So the first thing is the question which comes in our mind or all the persons who is involved in the teaching field. That there are two different methods. One is called the traditional teaching methods, and second is called the modern teaching methods. So there's two views. Some of them are telling that they are better over to the new modern teaching methods, but few of them favor that the modern teaching methods are much more better than the conventional or traditional teaching methods. So this questions comes in everyone's mind who is involved in the teaching profession, and that's a very genuine question. So which one is better? So first of all, we should know what are the traditional teaching methods available. Please change the slide. So if you look at the traditional teaching methods, so it's mainly dependent on or based upon the chalk and talk methods. Means the teachers are using the blackboard, and they are just using blackboard as an aid, and they're just giving or disseminating the all the knowledge information with them uh, among the students. So mainly the traditional teaching methods are mainly involved in the blackboard and the chalk method. And if you look at the traditional teaching methods, so after the completion of the uh, uh, lecture by using the blackboard, the main the aim of that methodology is to after completion of the lecture, students what they do, they just revise their notes and try to memorize the notes. Means whatever the information knowledge given in the classroom, students just note it down on their notebook, and they just memorize this, remember that the knowledge. And the main objective of the traditional teaching was to pass in the examination and get some good marks, and get some good grades in the examination. So, so main the teaching old teaching methods or traditional teaching methods mainly revolved around that. But if you look at the traditional teaching methods, it has their own as I talk about the demerits, not demerits means the general concept of teaching old teaching methods, but it has their own inherent merits also. So what are those merits that we should know? The next in the slide. Now, if you look at the what are the merits of traditional teaching methods, so the first thing is that it's a very cheaper. Means what you need to have, you need a small classroom and blackboard and the chalk. But if you look at the modern methodology for teaching, so there are different kinds of gadgets are involved that we are going to discuss in the coming slides. So different types of ads or the gadgets are involved, and they are very much costly. The first very good merits with the traditional teaching method over to the modern method is that it is very cheaper. And because of it is cheaper, so it is more suitable in the schools of rural areas. Because if you look at the rural areas, they cannot afford the high cost of the aids which is required in the modern teaching methodology. So for them, it's very good method. So it's very cheaper. And the same thing is that means certain subjects are there like the mathematics, chemistry. So they are very much explanatory type of subjects. Means you need to draw the you need to do the calculations and the equations are there. So for that, it's a very I mean it's a very easy, or you can say it's a very affordable to have the blackboard methods. And so that is in that you can taught those subjects in a very effective manner. So this is one merit with the traditional teaching method. And the same time, there is a more interaction between the teachers and the students. Look at the traditional teaching method. So it has very good merit that there is an interaction, because interaction is very important when you are delivering some information, knowledge among the students. So there should be the interaction between the students and the teacher. That is very important. And in traditional teaching methods, the teachers does not require any special technical knowledge and can focus more on his subjects for imparting the best knowledge to the student. That is very important. Now, if I'm talking about myself, if if I'm using the DLP, or I'm using the smart class, and I'm just going to prepare the PPT for the presentation or for my lecture. So if I'm going for presenting by using the PPT, so there is a requirement of a technical knowledge of a computer, or you can say there are different types of means apps are there, visuals you can make, audios you can make, so different things are there. So in that case, I need to have certain expertise on that. But if you talk about the the teachers who are teaching like in last 30, 40 years they are teaching, so it is really very difficult for them to just cope up with the newer methodology available. And the same thing, if teachers are giving, because nowadays what happens is, if you look at the college or the higher education system, so along with the teaching, there are different kind of work need to be done by the teachers. Like exam duty are there, then election duty are there. So different kind of work pressure is there uh, for the teacher. So if he is going for preparing the lectures on the PPT or certain advanced methodology, so he need to give some extra time. So this is one of the very demerits you can say about the advanced methodology. You can see the merits of the traditional teaching method, that there is no requirement of giving extra time for preparing the lecture. You can give your precious time in learning or studying the books and different kind of materials available. So in this way, knowledge can be improved for the teachers as well as for the students. So these are some important merits with the traditional teaching methods. Change? No. If you look at the learning pyramids, now what is learning pyramids? So as you can see in the figure, which I am saying over here, means if you are using, there are two types of methods. One is called the passive teaching methods, and second is called the participatory teaching method. So means if the teacher is teaching something in the class, so whatever he's teaching, how much knowledge or the content is retained by the means audience or the students. So if you look at the different methodology available, like if you talk about the lecture, so 5%, if you are only just if there is a one-way teaching is there. So this is called the passive teaching method. One-way teaching. There is no involvement of the students while teaching. And if you look at the participatory teaching method, so there is an involvement of the students. Okay. There is one person, Tamil Kumar, has raised a hand. Is he having any question? Tamil Kumar, do you have any
So
questions?
that may be my mistake also, sir. No issues. You
Sorry?
can continue, sir.
Okay,
That
okay.
may be my mistake also, sir.
Mistake.
You can
Okay,
continue,
no
sir.
problem, no problem, no problem. So if you look at the learning pyramids, like you can classify the methods into two different aspects. One is called the passive teaching method, second is called the participatory teaching methods. Like lecture, if you're giving knowledge in form of lecture, to 5% he can retain whatever you are telling them. By reading, he can retain 10%. By audio visuals, if you're using the audio visuals, so you can retain 20%. Demonstration, if you're doing something and student is seeing whatever we are doing, so by that 30% he can remember or retain, and 70% he will just forget. And discussion, 50%. Practice by doing. That is very important thing. The main focus on my method is that presentation is on the PVL, place-based learning. So that comes under the practice by doing. If the students is doing something and try to learn that particular portion, so by doing he can retain around 75%. And by some other methods are there, by this, including all the methods combined, he can retain 90%. So the question is whether we should go for the passive teaching methods or the participatory teaching methods. If you compare the knowledge retention rates, so definitely we should go for the participatory teaching methods. Whatever we are teaching, there should be the involvement of the students along with the teacher, doing by learning. Learning by doing, that is very important. This is what we call the learning pyramid. Next. Okay. So now we come to the modern teaching methods. What are the modern teaching methods? So I think everyone, because most of you are the teachers, maybe in the schools or in the college or in the university, you should know what are the modern teaching methods are available. Means model equipments are available. Now we are using the different type of computers, laptops, Wi-Fi connection in the classroom are there, means internet facility is there in the classroom itself. Then there is a use of interactive whiteboards in the classroom, smart board, a smart classroom that is known as a smart classroom. No doubt it is very expensive, but it is very important. But modern teaching methods. Next. Now, merits of the modern teaching methods. So we already talked about the merits of the conventional methods, traditional methods. Now we talk about what are the merits of the modern teaching methods. So if you're using the animations, videos, what we can do nowadays. So by this you can create much more interest among the students uh, with respect to the topics or the subjects you are going to teach them. So that is very important merits of modern teaching methods. And research has also shown that visual media for teaching helps the students to understand the subjects better and also helps students to memorize the concept for longer time. What I already told you about the pyramids, you can see there, you can see over there that visual methods are very effective. Retain the knowledge, whatever.
Excuse me, sir.
There's some network issue, I
Yes,
think.
sir. Your voice is
Hello,
breaking
am I
at
audible?
times, sir.
Now it is
Yes, sir,
audible.
sir. Now it is audible, sir. At times your voice is breaking, sir.
Okay, okay. So network problem over there. Sorry for that. Okay,
Can we, yes, sir.
okay. Now the second thing is with the help of modern teaching methods, means teacher can cover more syllabus in lesser time. If you're using the PPT, no doubt it requires some time to prepare the PowerPoint presentation, but by using those methods, you can complete your time, you can complete your syllabus within a given time. Because as I told you, nowadays there are lots of work need to be done by the teachers along with the teaching. Means uh, he need to do different kind of activities in the college or the universities, like if you're going for the NAG visits, like NAG sessions, and you need to prepare different kind of criteria, database, data arrangement, different kind of works over are there along with the teaching. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you're using the videos and animations used in the modern teaching methods, so by using videos and animations, you can explain the topic or the subject in a very effective manner. If you compare, these are some important merits of the modern teaching methods. Next, so the question arises over here that how to bring the innovation in the teaching. So what are different or the methods or the criteria? By using those criteria we can create means the teaching. So the thing, so basically the Bloom's taxonomy uh, uh, Bloom taxonomy is to bring innovation in the teaching, basically developed to provide a language for the teachers, because different kind of teachers. Bloom's taxonomy, it was to develop to provide a common language for the teachers and to discuss and exchange the learning and the assessment. So one more thing is that the Bloom taxonomy is that specific learning outcomes can be derived the Bloom taxonomy. Means what are the specific learning outcomes of any kind of teaching is that can be derived by the Bloom taxonomy. So it's a hierarchical arrangement of the different kinds of points, and along with this, it can also assess the learning on a variety of cognitive levels. You can do the assessment whatever you are going to teach in the class. So for that, it has teaching. You need to consider whatever topics you are teaching. First of all, you need to ask these questions before teaching, as well as when after completing the class, when you are going for the evaluation. So you need to keep these points in mind for the student. He is not there only to get the knowledge from you. You need to develop different kind of skills among the students. And if you're looking at the Bloom's taxonomy, and while teaching, if you're keeping these points in the mind, so definitely you are going to do the innovation in the teaching method. Next. Now, we talk about the educator and the Generation Z, because as I told you, nowadays students is not only to get the knowledge from the classes, from the classroom, because the today's generation, that is called the Generation Z, he or she all click on the Google, and whatever knowledge he required, he just put that word on that Google, and he will get all the information, all the knowledge related to that particular topic or the question. He can get easily. So in classroom, if you're using the classroom to disseminate the information or the knowledge, the today's generation is not looking for that particular knowledge. He wants something else. He is looking for something else. Means there are different kind of skills among the day by day that we need to take under consideration. Next. Okay, as I told you, today's Generation Z, he is he, he's forced to be reckoned with and refuse to be passive learner. He wants to be active learner, involved in the teaching. Instead, they expect to be fully engaged and to be part of the learning process themselves. He's not looking for your knowledge or your information. Want to take part in the teaching methodology along with that. Then only you can survive. And the same thing, you need to develop different kind of skills among the students. That is very important. Next. Okay. As I told you, what is the role of educator? Educator, today's educator need to give skills among the students, because if he's after completing his degree program or any education, if he's going to an outer world, so there is a huge competition. So only knowledge is not sufficient. So along with the knowledge, he needs to have certain other skills. So that skills can be developed by the educator. So you cannot rely totally upon the disseminator of the knowledge. You need to develop certain teaching methodology, and by that teaching methodology, you can develop certain skills among the students. That is very important. So this is the role of today's educator. Next. So does our education system provide the skills to prepare students for the outside world, for the employability? Not really. So if you're only giving this information, knowledge to the students, it is not sufficient for them. So beyond that, teaching students should have certain skills, and that by uh, attaining or the gaining that skills, he can definitely work skills among the students. So one of the methods we need to do the modifications in the teaching methodology. So by that teaching methodology, if we are able to develop certain important skills which is required for today's generation, so that will be very good. So we need to develop certain methods by which we can develop certain special skills among the students. Next. So as I told you, today's in today's scenario, educator needs to be uh, or capable of developing holistic, needs to be used a holistic approach and develop different kind of skills among the students. Soft skills, there are different kind of types of forms of soft skills like communication skills, collaboration, self-awareness. Then active learning, like engaging students in the activities such as reading, writing, discussion, and problem solving skills need to develop. Then project-based learning, if you look at the project-based learning, students working on complex and real-world challenges. So by doing something, he can by making the students do something, and by that the students can develop certain skills, some other skills along the way. That is very important. Then personality development is very important, and cognitive activation is very important. So these are some skills which is required, which needs to be there among the students. So holistic approach is required, needs to be used by the today's educator for the today's generation Z. Next. So there are different learning which other than that, there are other methods are also there, like flipped classes. There's a kind of blended learning method. So in flipped classes, what happens? Students, you just giving certain online lectures or certain videos to the students, and he's going to the, and after that, when he comes to the class or third among the students. Some other methods are like very important. Then experimentation learning, you do something else. Activity-based learning, it's mainly used in the class, school education. Simulation-based learning. Simulation-based learning is very important methods. Like if you look at the nursing students, what they did, they can can read about how to perform that the past much more like if the doctors is learning something in the class and like some surgeon doctors are there. If he's doing the uh, uh, operations in the operation theater, then he can learn that thing in a better way. I mean, only learning in the books that is not sufficient. If you're doing something, that is very important. Then virtual labs are there. Virtual labs means in some rural areas, what happens means they don't have the lab facilities, like the science subjects or some other subjects where labs is required. Labs is must, like practical is must. And if they don't have this means due to the money problem, or they don't have certain good infrastructure. So nowadays, what happened? The virtual labs are there. Means if I'm having a lab, what I can do, I can perform certain experiments in the lab and just just
Lakshmikant, sir.
innovation in the teaching means other
Sir,
than the traditional methods like the blackboard and chalk methods.
sir, your voice is breaking, sir. Can you just connect through mobile and deliver, sir? I'll be presenting.
So it is not okay. Let me check the internet connection, man.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to hear you, sir.
Not one. Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, so these are some important innovative methods are there that we can use. Next. Okay, now we come to the next part that is called the PBL, project-based learning. So right now we discuss about the different kinds of methods, innovative methods available. Now I'm going to explain the method that is called. If you look at uh, for life, but is there as a member of the community to select the influence which shall affect the child and not to assist him in properly responding to these. So for this region, he promoted the so-called activities as the center of correlation.
Sir.
We can say it is a learning by doing. If, hello.
So can you just connect through mobile and deliver the session, sir? Because your voice is breaking, sir. Can you try?
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'm just trying to resolve this
Yes,
problem.
sir. Sir, dear participants, a resource person will join us soon. We are very sorry for the inconvenience. So shall we continue, sir? Lakshmikant, sir? Lakshmikant, sir?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. We can continue, sir.
Okay. So as I told you, that EBL is basically the learning by doing. So then it calls it as learning, and it was given by John Dewey initially. Change. Please change the slide. Okay. So the idea that is called the teaching and learning. So that is now it is known as the. I told you the learning by doing now is known as the project-based learning. Okay. William Hart Kilpatrick built on the theory of Dewey, who was his teacher and introduced the project method as a component of Dewey's problem method of teaching. And some scholars like James G. Greeno also associated with the project-based learning with John Pigot's situated learning and the perspective and the constructive theory. Piggott advocated an idea of learning that does not focus on the memorization. Within his theory, project-based learning is considered a method that engages students to invent and to view learning as a process with a future. Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Sir, you're audible, sir. Lakshmikant, sir? Lakshmikant sir, is the slide visible now, sir?
Hello.
So is the slide visible now, sir?
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, so you can
Now,
continue, sir.
now I can see.
You're not able to see the slides, sir?
Now I can see. Now I can see.
Yes, sir, sir. You can just continue, sir.
Okay. So PBL is basically it has four aspects in the project-based learning. The first is called the identifying a problem, then agreeing on or devising a solution and potential solution path to that problem, designing and developing a prototype of that solution, then refining the solution based on feedback from experts, instructors, and the peers. So the thing is that means by using the PBL project-based learning, you are able to, as I told you earlier that we need to develop different kind of skills among the students. So if you look at the PBL, so by using the PBL project-based learning, we are so the educator is able to develop different kind of skills among the students. So how we can develop different skills among the students? That we are going to discuss next. So in PBL, what happens? We are giving certain problems to the student, and or in other way, you can say that student is looking for certain problems in the society or the nearby society. Like if the problems may be related to the teaching methodology or the related to the environment. So different kinds of things around there among around there in the students. So by seeing those uh, real world things, we can identify certain problems. And once means you give some certain problem for the students, means provide certain problem, is the next thing is that the students need to have the solution or look for the solution for that particular problem. So for a single problem, there can be a different pathways or the different solutions or the potential solutions for that particular problem. That is one thing. Means students is you are going to develop certain thinking ability in the students. And the one more thing that is very important is over here there that when you're going for certain project-based learning method, so you need to make a group of certain students. Means just make the 3 or 4 students in a group and just give them a certain problem, and the students are going for the solution of that particular problem. So what is the different means solutions for probable solutions to be there for the problem? The student can think. So by this student, the thinking ability or the skills of thinking skills you can develop among the students. Then means after coming with a different kind of solutions, so what he is going to do, he is going to develop a specific kind of prototype of solution of that problem. Means in that case, he will try to use all the probable solutions, and after going through all the probable solutions, he will he will come with a specific type of prototype or the SOP, standard operating protocol, for that particular the solution of that particular problem. And after designing a prototype, he can then refine the solution based on the feedback from the expert instructors and the peers. Means once he's coming up with a prototype or the solution for that problem. So then he will go for the different peers or the expert in that particular field. Like if you're giving certain problem, the student is coming with the solution of that problem. So he will discuss, means whatever he did to solve that problem is correct or effective or scientifically proven or scientifically correct or not. In that case, we need to get some feedback from the expert of that particular field, or he can also ask or also discuss with the educator or the his mentor and the expert in the particular field. He can give the feedback, and so this is very important thing. So if you look at the means the method that is called the project-based learning. So by project-based learning, you are going to develop or inculcate different kind of skills among the students. Means you are making the group of 4 or 5 students. So by that, the 4 students are working on a single problem. So you are going to develop. You are able to develop the that is called the team spirit or the that is called the how to work in a team. So that kind of skills is very important nowadays. If the person is actually going for the job in certain company, he need to work with a certain team. So team spirit or the how to work in a team that can be developed among the students. And if the students is going for the review or the feedback from the different stakeholders, so in that case, you are going to develop a means we'll call the uh, means he is going to discuss with the others, and by this the comprehensive skill that is called the how to communicate. It's called the communication skills. How to communicate among the others, and with the person from the different field or the same field. So by this we are going to develop a communication skills among the students and teamwork, communication skills. So different kind of skills you are able to inculcate or develop among the students if you're going to use the project-based learning method as a teaching methodology. Next. So as I told you, there are different steps involved over there, like defining a problem, means different percent or challenges, generating multiple ideas, means critical thinking ability you are going to generate among the students. Then prototype designing, so different kind of solutions could be there that he is going to sort out. Then testing the developed solutions, products or services, it may be live or something. It actually depends upon the subject, what subject you are teaching to the students. So on the basis you are going to develop a certain project, complete project, and by that project you can develop different kind of skills among the students. Like, yeah, that is over. Next. Okay, ideas that I already talked about. Next, testing, that is okay. Next. Okay, so I'm just giving you a case study as I'm teaching the biotechnology, that is called it's a biological science subject. So I'm just giving 4 examples. Like one example is uh, to biochemical and molecular characterization of Narmada River water near to Gaurighat. So if you look at these project titles, so as I told you, means what kind of problem or the project you are going to give the students, it depends upon the subject you are teaching. And if you are giving any kind of problem in the form of project to the students, so that problem or the project, it should be like that that by going through that project or the problem, students can develop different kinds of skills. If you look at the first problem, like biochemical and the molecular characterization of the Narmada River water near to Gaurighat. So in that case, what happens? Students need to go to the nearby place, like here I mentioned the Gaurighat. He need to go to that particular place, and if he's going over there, he uh, has to communicate among the local persons. So by this, you are able to develop the communication skills among the students. Same way, like synthesize and characterize the gold nanoparticles from the fungal origin. So in that case, students know how what is the importance of the gold nanoparticles, what are the importance of the fungal origins is. So what are the importance of different kind of living organisms or the like gold nanoparticles, which is a very newer technology. So by that you are going to uh, give the newer or the problems which is related or the necessary to the newer futures. So this is also one thing. Second is like generation of DNA barcodes for the medicinal plants of double protein. So that is very important thing. So what I mean to say over here that so we are going to design any kind of problem in the form of project that problem needs to related with the local yeah, or you can say it should be cater the local needs or the local problems. That is very important. And by after going to that particular project or doing that project, the students there should be certain extra skills definitely has to be developed among the students. Then only the project based learning is very effective. Otherwise, it is of no use. So that is very important. That's why I given certain case study over here from my own subject. Like okay, so as I told you, the PBL, that is called the project-based learning, it has certain advantage, driving questions, challenges, or passion among the students. Learning from the various sources. So it depends upon again, it depends upon the what kind of problem or the project you are given to the student. So by that, he can learn from the different sources. He has an interaction with the others, and because of that, he can learn. Definitely, he can learn some small points from the other fellows also. Students driven learning, that is very important because students, you are given a problem and whatever the solutions, so what is the problem, what are the probable outcome of that particular problem. So everything is done by the students. It's like he is after completing the problem, he is going to write the report on that particular project. So by that, the students, you are just improving the writing skills of the students. That is very important thing. So basically, it's the student-driven learning method, passive learning method, active learning method. That is very important. And as I told you, there are different kind of skills which is needed to inculcate among the students. By using the PBL, you're definitely going to inculcate or give generate a different kind of skills among the students. Then feedback and reflection, then public presentation, that is very important. As I told you, the interaction among the others, and he's going to give the presentation after completing the project. So after, if you look at the project-based learning, so different skills you are going to develop in this thing. That's why the PBL is very effective method and it's very innovative methods of thinking. Next. Okay, so it has four P's like practice, problem, passion, project. All I already discussed uh, about this. Next. Okay, so this is all from my side, and I'm really sorry for the technical glitches while giving the presentation. So because of that, there was no presentation. So I'm really sorry for that.